I've been an Uber Eats driver for over 5 years, and generally speaking, I enjoy making money with Uber Eats. But there are some things that I feel that the Uber app itself could use some improvement on when it comes to driving with Uber Eats to make money. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 5 things that should probably be changed about the Uber app in regards to Uber Eats that would make a much smoother experience for us as drivers. These things range from helping you make more money to just being a little more convenient as a driver. So with that being said, let's hop into the video. Hello everyone, this is Elijah with the RideShare Guy, and in this video I'll be sharing with you 5 critiques or things that I would change about the Uber app if I could, strictly in regards to Uber Eats deliveries. While for the most part I do think that the Uber app is pretty good in regards to Uber Eats deliveries, there are some nitpicks that I personally have and some of you have in regards to things that they could probably change for the better when it comes to drivers. Of course, if you have anything that's not mentioned in this list, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We would love to hear it. And who knows, maybe these things will be implemented in the future based on the comments that people see and also the things that are mentioned in this video by Uber. The first thing that I personally think should be changed about the Uber driver app in regards to Uber Eats is to disable the forced overlay on the app. Now, for those of y'all that might not be sure about what I'm talking about, the first time that you downloaded the app and tried to go online, if you didn't have this enabled, it wouldn't let you go online. It has on the screen before you go online, allow overlay. This means that anytime you get an Uber request, no matter what you're doing on your phone, it's gonna block out anything else and pop up on the screen. And you can't interact with any other part of your phone except for to accept or decline that delivery. I personally think this is a cheap tactic to discourage multi-apping. For instance, let's say if you were doing Doordash and Uber Eats, you have both of them on at the same time, you get an Uber Eats delivery, well, that delivery is going to obstruct you interacting from the Doordash app at all until you accept or decline. I think that's a little ridiculous, and truth be told, Uber is the only delivery app that does it, and that alone is grounds for it to go. Of course, you can get around this like I do by just going to your settings after you go online and disable that permission to allow overlay. But you shouldn't have to do that. It should just have an option to have the overlay or have an option to not have it like other apps, but it shouldn't be required to go online. The second thing that I have actually heard a lot of y'all say, and I sympathize greatly, is to stop orders coming in when you're taking a picture. So as of 2020, we have the pandemic to thank for this, but as of 2020, a lot of customers prefer for you to leave their food at the door. And many of these delivery apps, as a precaution, have you take a picture of the food so that you can prove that you dropped the food off, just in case something were to happen to it. That's all fine and dandy, but on Uber, you can be taking a picture, you'll get a request, it takes you out of the picture screen, then you got to accept or decline, and then it completely disrupts you taking a picture. So if you already took the picture, or if you're in the process of taking it, you got to start the whole process all over again. Keep in mind this process does take a few seconds, but there's nothing more annoying than when you're about to take the picture and then you get a request and then you decline or accept or whatever, and then you have to do it all over again. What if you get multiple requests that you don't want to take and they just keep interrupting you taking the picture? Something that could have took a few seconds is now taking like a minute or two. I personally think they should retweak the algorithm so that you just can't receive a request when you're in that picture frame. The third thing that would be very nice to see implemented on the Uber driver app in regards to Uber Eats is to add a destination filter just like you can do with RideShare. So for those of y'all that don't know, the way RideShare is set up is if you want to get deliveries just going a certain direction, just turn the destination filter on and then you put in the address, something that's going in that general direction. So let's say you drive 20 minutes to get to like a hot spot in that you're going to do Uber Eats in, like another city. Then it's time to go home. Wouldn't it be awesome for you to just be able to set the destination filter to home, and then you might get a trip or two on the way home? Because that's exactly what you can do with RideShare, and I personally don't see why you can't do that with Uber Eats. It would be great for you to get a delivery or two on the way home. And if we're going to be honest, I've seen some of the longest deliveries in my life on Uber Eats, which I don't accept. Well, I might be more inclined to accept if it puts me like right next to where I live, because it's literally on the way and I'll just make some extra money on the way. So that's just a side note that drivers might be willing to take those longer trips on a destination filter request because it's on the way home. The fourth thing that I feel should be changed on the Uber driver app in regards to Uber Eats is a shorter cancellation window. So as it stands, if you arrive at an address and you're trying to drop it off, but they're not available, you call, they're not available, you can instigate an 8-minute countdown, after which, if you still can't get in contact with them, you can cancel the order. Now, me personally, I don't think that it should be 8 minutes anymore, because after 2020, they've introduced the concept of leaving the food at the door, and customers are completely comfortable with that now. So what's the point of you waiting around for 8 minutes only to leave the food on the door anyway? It makes no sense whatsoever. Now, I would like to give the benefit of a doubt to customers who really just want to do the hand-to-hand delivery, like, hey, I want to get the food because I don't want to just sit down on my porch for any duration of time. That's fine and dandy, but I think the cancellation window should be shortened to 3, because the worst case scenario is if you have to cancel, the food is going to end up on their doorstep anyway. So why wait extra time we don't need to for the same outcome to happen? Not only is this something that would help drivers, but it would actually help customers and Uber Eats too. Let's say if you've already accepted a delivery, but now you got to wait this 8-minute cancellation window. Well, now the next customer is getting inconvenienced and their food is going to get colder because it's sitting at the restaurant, because you can't go and directly get it. You got to wait that 8 minutes. And it hurts Uber because the more time a delivery takes, that's just one more driver that isn't available to take another one. I personally think this cancellation window needs to be shortened to 3 minutes. And the 5th thing that should be changed, in my opinion, and this is the big one, is the drop-off location should be shown in all scenarios. So as it stands, there are actually some markets that still don't show the drop-off, but I think those are in the minority. But even for the markets that show the final drop-off for the customer, you will not see it if you're already on delivery. So you can be driving to drop off a delivery and you might get a request for another delivery. So that way you can just go to, after the drop off, you'll just go straight to go to another delivery. Well, as it stands, if a request comes that way, it just pops up on the screen and it just says the restaurant and the pay amount. It doesn't actually show where the drop off location is. I gave Uber the benefit of a doubt when this first came out because I assumed this was in beta phase, and maybe they'll tweak the app later and then they'll show the information. Well, it's been years later and they still haven't done it. I personally think this is a manipulation tactic to get you to accept anything, because if you don't see the drop-off location while you're on a delivery, you just go ahead and accept something, and it might be something that you don't find favorable. Other apps like Doordash show you the drop-off location even if you get a delivery in the middle of a delivery. I personally think that in this day and age, the customer final drop-off location should be shown in all circumstances. Under no circumstance should you not see that information. And there we have it. That's 5 things that I would personally like to see changed about the Uber app in regards to Uber Eats deliveries. Did we miss something that you feel should be changed about the app? If so, leave it in the comment section below. And if you're interested in signing up for Uber Eats and you haven't done so already, you can do so using the link in the description or the pinned comment. That does it for this video. This has been Elijah with the RideShare Guy. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and hit that bell notification if you want to be notified when we drop another video. I'll catch you next time. Be safe, be profitable.